Good morning, children. In today's video, we will be talking about bond parameters. It's a topic from Chemical Bond Class 11. Okay, so we will be covering in today's session bond length, bond enthalpy, and bond angle. And how does it vary and what all factors are affecting it. Okay, like the first one we will discuss is bond length. We know what is bond length, how it is defined. It is defined as the distance between the center of the nuclei of two bonded atoms. Suppose you have one atom here, the another atom this side, the center of the nuclei of both, and the distance between the center of the nuclei of two bonded atoms is called as bond length. Okay, now we will see what factors affect bond length. Now, as we know, bond length, its length means the units. If we want to write, you can write the units as angstrom unit. This is the common one. You can also use picometer, conversions and all we know. 1 angstrom is 10 to the power minus 10 meter. 1 picometer is 10 to the power minus 12 meter. 1 angstrom is 10 to the power minus 8 centimeter also we can say. Okay. Now, what factors affect bond length? The first factor is the size of atom. It can, actually both are related. Electronegativity difference we can say, or we can say size of atom. Because size ultimately affects the electronegativity also. If electronegativity is affected, the difference also will be affected. See, how will the size of atom affect? We say, suppose the bigger the size of the atom, we can say like this: bond length is directly proportional to the atomic size, or you can say size of the atom. Bond length and atomic size are directly related. You can apply this to anything. You can compare, say, carbon length. Next to, in the same group, if you say silicon length, okay, carbon, silicon, and you can go on comparing down the group. So as the size of the central atom is increasing, the bond length is increasing. So carbon bond length will be least in it. Carbon, silicon, germanium, antimony. You can, tin, lead, antimony is the next group. So this is how it is. So bond length is directly proportional to the atomic size. Next, you can also compare another example in this, say HF, HCl, you have HBr and HI. H is common in them, but the halogen is increasing. The size of the halogen is increasing. So what we can say, the bond length will be increasing. Bond length will be increasing in this order. HI will be longest. With respect to this, you can be also asked, question, arrange them in the increasing order of the acidic nature. You can be also asked like this. We know what is acid. Acid is the species which can give H plus readily. If the bond length is big, it can give H easily. So this is most acidic. HF will be least acidic. Of course, these are all applications of the bond length. Right. Now, if I want to compare this electronegativity difference here, hydrogen is constant. This is more electronegative. Fluorine is least among the halogens. So what is happening? The electronegativity difference down the group is decreasing. This is having maximum. So what we can say, electronegativity difference is inversely related to bond length. Right? More the electronegativity difference, lesser will be the bond length. Even this way we can say, but ultimately both are talking about size. Second factor which is affecting the bond length is multiplicity. Now what is multiplicity? Multiplicity of bonds means how many bonds are present between the atoms. Suppose I compare carbon single bond, or I say carbon double bond. I'm not representing the others. Okay, we can write also. Okay, we can have carbon triple bond. See, more the bonds, less the bond length. Okay, this will be maximum. Why? Because this is having only one sigma bond. The first one is having only one sigma bond. This is having one sigma and one pi bond. This is having one sigma and two pi bonds. And obviously we know if there is one bond is present, then the bond length will be big. If another one come that is formed by pi bond, the lateral overlapping will be there. Lateral overlapping will make it more stronger bond. If suppose there is a triple bond, then three of them will be together. One sigma bond and two orbitals which are all perpendicular to each other, they will be overlapping. Okay, that will be still shorter. So we can say more the number of bond, lesser the bond length. Is it clear? We can also apply this to any other species where there is a single bond or a double bond. Like if I compare this alcohol, in this there is carbon oxygen. If I want to measure only this part, carbon oxygen, this is a single bond. And if you want to compare somewhere here where carbon oxygen double bond, obviously this will be lesser. The more the bonds, lesser will be the bond length, right? Third factor we will consider is hybridization. What is the type of hybridization present in it? Type of hybridization. See, basically an idea I'll give you is three types of hybridization which normally we talk about in organic also. That is sp, sp2 and sp3. Right? We know if I compare s and p orbital, which is smaller in size? S orbital. S orbital is smaller in size. This is smaller in size. So in any hybridization which is having more of s character, which will have more of s character, that hybrid orbital will be smaller. So what we will write? More the s character, hybrid orbital will be smaller. This will be smaller. This will be small. More the s character, hybrid orbital will be small. Hybrid orbital is small means we can say the bond length will be less. Clear? So suppose I consider three different types of hybridizations. If I am comparing, say sp, sp2 and sp3. As the name itself says, 1s and 1s. 1s and 1p, sorry. 1s and 1p. 50% s and 50% p. Yes, this is having 50% of s character. This is out of 3 orbital, this is 1. That means it is having 1/3 of s character. 1/3 of s character. 2/3 is p. 33 point something will be s character. This is out of 4. 1 is s. That means 25%. 1/4 of s it is having. So where is s character maximum? This one. This is having maximum s character. More the s character, the size will be small, bond length will be less. So this will be the least and then will be this. Okay, this is also applicable to those examples where you are talking about carbon hydrogen bonds also. Sometimes they give like this, carbon hydrogen. This carbon is sp3 hybridized. 4 sigma bonds are there means it is sp3. 4 sigma bonds means sp3. Suppose I consider this one, this hydrogen, this is having 3 sigma bonds, so this is sp2. This is having sp hybridization, this is having sp2 hybridization. Let us consider another one with 3 bonds and here 1 hydrogen. This is having sp hybridization. Okay, one sigma, so 2 sigmas on this carbon, so sp hybridization. So this will be the maximum s character to least carbon hydrogen. This is a very important question asked. Compare some example they might give. Which carbon hydrogen bond length is more. You might think all are carbon hydrogen, so they should be same, but they are not same. It also depends upon the hybridization of the carbon atom which is bearing the hydrogen atom. The next bond parameter, children, what we are discussing is bond enthalpy. Now what is bond enthalpy? The amount of the energy required to break 1 mole of the bonds. To break 1 mole of the bonds into gaseous atoms. How much energy is required? That is called as bond enthalpy. Okay. Now what factors affect bond enthalpy? Both are nearly related. Size of the atom. What we can say? If the size of the atom is smaller, the size of the atom, smaller the size of the atom, what will happen? The bond enthalpy will be more. So bond enthalpy and the size of the atom. I am writing in terms of small size. If you are writing in terms of size of atom, then we may write this is inversely proportional. Bigger the size, less the bond enthalpy. So otherwise, what I was writing earlier is smaller size of the atom, more is a bond enthalpy. If you are just writing size of atom, you will write size of atom is inversely related to bond enthalpy. Clear? Next factor, multiplicity. As we discussed earlier, if there is a single bond or a double bond or a triple bond, obviously where more bonds are there, bond length is less, so the bond dissociation or bond enthalpy will be more here. More the number of bonds, more is the bond enthalpy. More energy will be required to break such a bond. Okay, now another factor is number of the lone pairs. Number of the lone pairs which are present. Let us compare some examples here. Suppose I am comparing carbon-carbon, nitrogen-nitrogen bond, oxygen-oxygen bond, fluorine-fluorine bond. Right? Let me consider here with respect to alkane. In alkane, all bonds, all electrons of carbon are utilized. There is no lone pair. Nitrogen exists as N2, so there is a double bond present in it. When there is a double bond present here, it will have lone pairs of electron on it. Nitrogen will be triple bond. So there is a triple bond present between nitrogen atoms. So triple bond means one lone pair of electron. And oxygen, there will be a double bond. When there is a double bond here, you will have two lone pairs of electron present on each oxygen. Fluorine is having a single bond. Single bond means it is having three pairs of electron, three lone pairs of electron on it. So more the number of the lone pairs, size is small. This way the size is decreasing. These are in the same period. Size is decreasing. So since this is smaller and more number of the lone pairs, so there will be more repulsion between them. So which will have the maximum bond enthalpy? This one, and then fluorine. Fluorine is the least. Okay, that is depending upon how many lone pairs are there. Here, how many lone pairs are there on the first one? 0 lone pair. Here, 1 lone pair. Here, 2 lone pairs. On each atom I am talking about. Here, there are 3 lone pairs. So, more the number of the lone pairs, less will be the bond enthalpy. Now, let's see very, very important bond parameter, that is bond angle. Now, first we will see how do we define bond angle. The angle between the lines representing direction of the bonds. Because these are formed by the overlapping of the atomic orbitals. So with that we are representing with the bond, and then we say what will be the angle between the lines. Like we say for methane, we write like this, we represent like this. So between these lines, what is this angle we are representing? This is 109 degrees 28 minutes. Right. Likewise, we write down for ammonia. We write the structure as pyramidal. There is one lone pair, of course, we write, and this bond angle is 107 degree. So there must be some factors which are, deciding what will be the bond angle. So we will be discussing these factors. Now, what is the most important thing in deciding the bond angle is, I will tell you, the first important factor is you check what is the hybridization. What is the hybridization? Okay, so with the hybridization, we will come to know what will be the bond angle. Or in terms of the Vesper theory, if we are checking, we also know the bond angle. That also will be fine. Right? So you can check it. Mainly we talk about 3, sp, sp2 and sp3. And we know the bond angles, 2 electron pairs that we write in Vesper theory. This is 180 degree bond angle. This is 120 bond angle. This is 109 degrees 28 minutes. Right. So first you check the hybridization. On the central atom, you will come to know what is the bond angle. Second idea. You check the hybridization only on the central atom. And if you find the hybridization on the central atom is same, in the 2 given examples, the hybridization is same. Hybridization on the central atom, suppose it is same, then what you check is, you check the lone pair. what you do, you check the lone pair. So what we say here, more the lone pairs are more, then we will say the bond angle is less. More the lone pairs, less will be the bond angle. You can take the example here of say water and ammonia. This is the common example you consider. Both are having sp3 hybridization, 4 electron pairs what we were considering in VSEPR theory. sp3 hybridization in both. This is having 2 lone pairs on it, this is having 1 lone pair. So more the lone pair, less the bond angle. So what is the bond angle in water? Water is 104 degrees 5 minutes, and in ammonia, children, it is 107 degree. Clear? Next point what you have to consider, in case you find that the hybridization, if you find the hybridization on the central atom is same and the lone pair are also same. In the previous case I told you the lone pair is not same. Here I am saying if the central atom ka hybridization is same and the lone pair is also same, then what you have to do, you have to consider two cases. You have to check for the surrounding atom and the central atom. If you have central atom different, surrounding atom same, then what you have to see, the electronegativity. More the electronegativity, more is the bond angle. Like if I consider in this particular case, if I consider example of NH3 and PH3, hybridization is same on the central atom. They are in the same group, the lone pair also will be same. When lone pair is same, the central atom you are checking, that is different, but surrounding atom is same. You check the electronegativity of the central atom. Electronegativity of the central atom is more, the bond angle will be more. Which will be having more bond angle? The first one. Did you follow this? Next, what we are taking is hybridization is same, lone pair is same. Then central atom is same, but the surrounding atom is different. Reverse of the first case. Then you have to see more the electronegativity, bond angle will be less. Let me take the example here and tell you. Suppose I compare NF3 and NCl3. Hybridization is same, central atom is same in both, surrounding is different. More the what is different in them? Surrounding. In this case we were checking the electronegativity of the central atom. Here we are checking the electronegativity of the surrounding. What is different? That electronegativity only we will be considering. So what are we saying? More the electronegativity, less will be the bond angle. So this will have less bond angle than the other one. Many questions in the competitive exam you will be able to solve if you understand this concept properly. Please take the screenshot and note it down. And now we will take some examples to apply this. Right? You can remember the rules which I have discussed and let us apply that and consider the bond angles in them. Hybridization is same. You can check it. How hybridization? The rule is same as we have discussed in VSEPR theory. Valence electrons 5 plus 3 surrounding atom. For both it is same, divided by 2. So what you are getting is 4. 4 minus 3 surrounding atom is 1 lone pair. Right? So both are having same hybridization, same number of the lone pair. Then what you have to, central atom is different, surrounding is same, means the first category which we considered in the last one. Right? So this will be, we have to check more the electronegativity, more the bond angle. So this will be the answer. Clear? Next, let us check their hybridizations first. 5 valence electrons, 5 plus 3 surrounding atom divided by 2. That is 4. 4 and 1 lone pair. Let us see this one. When you calculate 5 valence electrons plus 4 surrounding atom plus charge means minus 1, you will write, divide by 2. Right? So this also you are getting, but no lone pair it is having. Okay. This is 5. 5 plus 2 and 2 surrounding, minus 1 means plus 1 charge, divided by 2. This is also having 4. Now you have, because you are getting the same number, same hybridization. When you are getting same hybridization, you have to check the lone pairs. This first one is having 1 lone pair, this is having 0 lone pair, this is having 2 lone pair. So now we can arrange it. Now we can arrange this in the order. So what will be the order, children? Ammonium ion will be the maximum bond. angle, then you will have ammonia, and then you will have amide NH2 minus. Right? Now you can just calculate that hybridization part quickly on your own. 5 minus 1 means plus 1 divided by 2. This is 5. This is plus 1 divided by 2. This all will be same because oxygen is the surrounding atom. Only one thing is different in them, that is the lone pair. So what are you getting here? 3. So this one is having 1 lone pair, this is having 0 lone pair, and this one, these are same. This is plus charge, sorry. So this we have to check it again. This will be minus. This will be plus, so it will be minus here, sorry. This will be minus. So 4 by 2 means it will be 2. So this of course will be different. This you are getting linear. So now that is very, very clear. The hybridization you can check it. In this one it will be the maximum, that is sp hybridization this is having. These two are having same sp2. Then you have to check for the lone pair. 0 lone pair means you will have this one first, and then this is having 1 lone pair means you will put it like this. This correction I think you can make it. Now let us quickly see. This is very clear. We have calculated bond angle is 109 degree 28 minutes, 107 degree and 104 degrees 5 minutes. So we know obviously the bond angle. Now you can check this one. This is having same, but only thing is you are having 2 methyl groups this side, whereas water, the lone pairs are same children on this, but this is occupying more space, so they will repel. Repulsion will be there, hindrance will be there, so bond angle will be more in this. You have to see these are smaller atom, hindrance will be less in it. We can check here hybridization 6 by 2. Here also 6 by 2. You are getting 3, but this is having 1 lone pair. This is not having any lone pair. So obviously SO3 will be greater than SO2. Clear? Next one here, you check the hybridization is same. Yes, this is the central atom in this. This is the central atom. Hybridization is same. The electronegativity we have to see. More the electronegativity of the central atom, more will be the bond angle. Now what about this? This structure you can draw this first. One structure I will draw and show you. This is like this. 2 Cls are present here. So in all it will be the same, but instead of chlorine here it will be Br and here it will be F. Right? So central atom is same. Central atom is same in both. When central atom is same, we have to check the electronegativity. Hybridization is same. Lone pair on the central atom is same. And the central atom is also same, but the surrounding atom is different. Here it is chlorine, here it is bromine, here it is fluorine. So what we have to say, more the electronegativity, less will be the bond angle. So you will have COF2. This will be the least. Then you will have COBr2 you will have, and then you will have, one second, this will not be here. You will have COCl2 and the last will be COBr2. More electronegative, least. Then after fluorine is chlorine, then after chlorine is bromine. Right? So in today's video children, we have discussed all the bond parameters. Please practice it well, and I hope you have followed. Please like the video if you like it. Thanks for watching.